show is on Friday night, so it's gonna be interesting.
No, all 6 of us. We're gonna do a big photo card. So we'll just have this. All 6 of us are going to
It's like meeting should exist.
And we might go with you guys with them or just
I read a whole article about how he's the Renaissance Chris over Chris Pine.
So sorry. Oh, we need another chair. Oh, I'm on it. Thank you. That folds out weird.
How's it going? Right. Hey.
Hello, hello.
I went first last time, so it's not fair.
I'm super nosy. Can I look at one of these?
I was looking at the last two.
I even find out what they're saying about you last year.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's cool, man. He did Comic-Con every year.
Really nice.
Yeah, he was. That's kind of what I tell people about him all the time. It was he's just a real cool dude, and obviously not everyone knew him the way I knew him, but I always, when I would see him interact and do these things, he was just really nice and humble and sweet. So I'm proud of that.
I guess.
So, I know that you and Luchasaurus go back a long time.
Yes.
When did you two decide to become an actual team?
Yeah, well, it was this year, and it honestly wasn't even our idea, really. You know Joey Ryan?
Yep.
Yeah. We were wrestling the Bar Wrestling in California, which is his promotion, and he had the idea to put us together, and I thought it was cool. I didn't think it was as cool as it has turned out to be. And I remember someone tweeted, they're like, "Can we please have Jungle Boy ride Luchasaurus' shoulders to the ring?" And I was like, I guess, whatever. But the first time that we came out, I don't know why, but it was just this sea of people just got a huge smile on their face. And I was like, oh man, this is cool. This is doing something for people. So now that's almost one of the best parts of every time we do it, is when I come out and I sit up and I can see all the people. It's awesome.
Because the first time I saw you two together was at I guess it was a Being the Elite video where they're looking to you eye to eye, and then the reveal is that they're actually way up high and you're on his shoulders. And I was telling people who don't even follow wrestling about that the next day.
Yeah, man, that was fun. That was really cool to be on Being the Elite. That was my first time, and I thought it was cool to come in that way and kind of thank you. It kind of just set us up for the future.
So, Nyla, how's it going? First of all, I'll throw a question to both of you guys. You know that for a fact you've been in the con world for a long time, and yourself as well. How does it feel to be on the opposite side of the table nowadays, where instead of you coming as a fan or coming to see your favorite booth or whatever artist, whoever it may be, to being a very pivotal panel and statement here at New York Comic Con?
It's weird. It's weird to say the least, especially within the year. Earlier this year I went to Awesome Con, and I got to walk the show floor, and I'm buying stuff and everything, and now everybody's buying the pops before me. My collection's gonna suffer. No, it's cool. It's really cool. It's very different, exciting. Other adjectives.
For me, the thing I'm kind of blown away by is how fast it's all happened. It's been really, it's been less than a year, obviously, but it's taken off so quickly. I was just thinking about this today in the hotel. When I used to go around with my dad and see all these things, everyone was always calling Mr. Perry this, and that. And I don't know, someone today in the hotel called me Mr. Perry, and I was like, no one's ever called me that before. And I was like, are you talking to me? But it's just, I think being on the indies and doing that, you spend so much time, we were talking about this in the car, you spend so much time thinking about when you get there. and like, you know, one day I'm going to be a pro and this and that. And then kind of with this, it was just overnight. Like, we're here. Yeah. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. So
when did you know you wanted to be a pro wrestler?
Yeah.
Was there a spark that you knew I wanted to do this?
Yeah, it was just when I can't really remember exactly how old I was, but the first time I saw it, it was kind of unlike anything I'd ever seen before. It was just so big and over the top and this huge thing, and I just knew I want to be a part of that. And it was the first thing I ever really fell in love with. And you know, I kind of lost my passion for it for a bit, and went and did other things. But you know, you kind of circle back to it, and it's. I told everyone in school growing up, like, that's what I'm going to do. So it's cool to be doing it now.
So Nyla, you did the debut show at home. Like I mentioned, I was thoroughly surprised. I guess I know why, just to make sure it's very clear that you're the heel in this match. They didn't announce that you were from Washington, D.C. But being from D.C., wrestling all over the world, but the inaugural show that's forever everyone's going to remember at the MCI Center, to the Verizon Center, to the Capital One Center, something that's been in your backyard this entire time. When you stepped out there and the flames went off, like, what was going through your mind?
Everything. There was a brief moment of just kind of soaking it all in, you know, like that's the home arena, you know, so like my wrestle history growing up as a fan, like every wrestling that came to town, that's where I went to see it. So there definitely was a moment, I'm sure if you watch it back, you can probably see right when it happened of just me like, holy crap, I'm on the other side now. I like, just earlier that day was recalling the last major wrestling event that I had been to at the place, or major wrestling moment, I guess I should say, was Starrcade '97. And I was like, you know, I was sitting way up there in the nosebleeds, wearing my DDP shirt, you know, and just that shift. And now I get to look up and give that moment to somebody else. That's insane.
Right now, there's so much hype around AEW. It's getting a lot of love. I think we're all feeling it right now. Who's the most surprising person to reach out, if anything, from another organization to like congratulate or talk about?
Oh geez, I don't know how to. I don't know. I want to get anybody in trouble. Like,
oh no.
So Ember Moon, her and I go back a bit. She just kind of like let me know she was really proud of me because we go back to the Indies. So it was really cool to get that from her. Mia Yim, her and I got her started. Like, she came into the training school and I showed her a few things, you know, her first couple of weeks there. So having her reach out and just be like, hey, like, it's pretty cool to like see everybody that I've been with succeed and do things, and then have them reach back out, and just that mutual admiration and support. You know, it's, and if I could just have a moment of fangirl moment, like Natty followed me on Twitter. So I was kind of talking about that for a few days.
How did you feel your chemistry was with Riho for this first match?
I'm sorry, Russell Brand, what'd you say? No. I thought... Still doing comedy? I love you, man. Riho is a great competitor, absolutely great competitor. I'm proud of her. She brought it. You know, I kind of underestimated her a little bit. I went in a little cocky, you know, I don't like to use that word, confident, but it's not over. You know, as long as she has the title, she's going to be my prey.
The chair's going to be back?
Chair's on her back.
Hey, watch it. It might.
So they stopped calling you the American Kaiju because that is the coolest name, and I haven't heard them mention that in a while.
Yeah, so again, like, I'm all about like uplifting and like support and love. There's a lady, Lindsay Snow. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's a good friend. So I earned the nickname American Kaiju when I was in Japan. Like, that's what they would call me. They would call me Kaiju, and it kind of followed me. She goes by American Kaiju. So just to like show her some little respect, I, you know, kind of relinquished that so that she can have that.
I got a question for you, Nyla. At the end of the match you have with Rio, Kenny came out. Is that leading somewhere, possibly? Is that something that they've discussed with you as far as
it's gonna lead wherever it needs to lead if he keeps sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. He needs to keep it buried in some maple syrup pancakes or whatever they eat in Canada, Canadian bacon. It's ham! It's ham! Just eat your ham, mind your business, eh?
You had said yourself earlier that everything's happening very quickly for you, for AEW, less than a year.
Yeah.
How do you adapt to that? Is it just grab onto something and hang on, or?
You know, it's kind of, well, I'm kind of in the process of doing that right now, I guess. I feel, I guess, it's cool for me because my career kind of just started taking off right at the same time as AEW is becoming a thing. So I feel like I'm kind of going through the same thing as the company. But the thing is, we're all going through it. So I think just to have other people around who are experiencing the same thing, it's helped me at least, because I know she gets what I'm going through because it's the same thing.
Which is pretty cool. Like, I don't know if I've shared this with you, but like I kind of look at you like my brother. Like in this, like we're kind of coming up in, at least in this part, we're coming up in this together. So it's like
no matter what happens, forever in history, we will have done this together at the same time, the first time. It's the beginning for us. So that part's really cool.
And you know, wrestling obviously is continually evolving, and you know, there are so many things that still need to be changed within the industry. So what are you guys doing or thinking about that you want to propel it to a better place for wrestlers that come after you?
You know, like this is gonna sound kind of crazy, but I would love to see more women, especially women of color, backstage in executive roles. Like, I love seeing Brandi and seeing what she does and like do it with a passion and knock it out the park. Of course, there's leaps and bounds being made in the ring, but like backstage, it's still a little bit like it used to be. Like that areas, I know English words. Those areas could definitely use some attention as well, and I personally would love to see that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
For me, it's cool. So I'm gonna be all shallow now.
To you, boo.
For me personally, I think coming up was always the thing that people would always tell me is you're really good in all this, but you're too small. And it was always just such a bummer because I'd be putting all this work and passion and all this into what I was doing, and then for it just to be about you're too small is just kind of, you know, it's a bummer. It feels kind of diminishing. And so to be able to be here, they've never said that to me here. There's never been any pressure to get bigger or look away I don't look. So I think that's just, that is a big area where I see wrestling changing. You know, not everyone is 6'5" and 300 pounds and jack. There's different stuff, and that's awesome. The guys who are like that, cool. You guys are lucky, but we all have something different to bring, and I think wrestling really is becoming more for everybody, and there are more areas for people to be unique and different. So I think that's cool. I think AEW is really making a point to drive that forward.